Victor, we just had a huge victory for a truck driver.
Yep.
What happened?
Well, we had a client who was charged with a third lane violation under Indiana law, which is basically if a truck driver is driving on a 3-lane highway and they're driving on the leftmost lane, they get violated if they're caught by the police.
So the CDL truck driver calls a law firm, hey, I got this third lane violation. He's like, I was in the third lane, but he had good reason.
Yes, he did. His reason was that he was cut off by a vehicle and he felt that the safest thing to do to avoid a collision, based on the training and experience he has as somebody who carries this kind of license, was to get over into the leftmost lane, the third lane, which he was violated on.
But in this situation, you're allowed to violate third lane law if it's for the safety of other passengers, safety of other people on the road, correct?
That's correct. So the statute provides that a third lane cannot be traveled on by somebody carrying a CDL, somebody driving a large vehicle, unless there's a special hazard. Now that term, special hazard, can change, the meaning of that term can change depending on the situation. And in this case, there was a special hazard because a truck can't stop just immediately, just like any other vehicle, a smaller vehicle like a sedan or an SUV, sometimes they have to move over.
Well, I don't understand. You talked to the prosecutor beforehand, you told him all this, and the prosecutor, why wouldn't he deal with you?
Well, because the idea is, well, a special hazard, what does that mean? Well, maybe that's an obstacle or something in the road. Just having somebody cut you off is not necessarily considered a special hazard, at least by the prosecution.
So they weren't willing to negotiate.
They were not willing to negotiate.
And if you're driving a commercial truck driving is your livelihood. It's how you support yourself, support your family, how you put food on the table. So this client told us it was the most important thing that we fight this, and while we couldn't guarantee we'd win, we told him we'd take it all the way. And what happened? We took it all the way.
We took it all the way, and guess what? We won that trial.
That's amazing. And with the traffic court, it's not beyond a reasonable doubt. It's more likely than not. So, to reiterate, the officer was there,
Yes.
the prosecutor was there,
Yes.
and the officer wasn't on our side.
Officer was definitely not on our side. The officer testified against our client saying, well, he violated the statute.
And the prosecutor wasn't hearing any of the excuses our client had.
No, the prosecutor argued on every single point and requested that the judge find fault on the part of our client.
We try to negotiate anything we can, but with CDLs, the prosecutor's office has this notion, well, we can't cut any deals because it's masking, and we can't do this masking. Well, they also apparently don't believe in common sense. And while we don't necessarily always want to do a trial, if it's in our client's best interest, we always will. And we can't guarantee to always win. It's nice when we win. Congratulations, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.